Today, I want to explore something subtle, something we rarely question because it feels so obvious. Our perception of reality. This isn't meant to convert you, convince you, or sell you anything. It's simply an invitation, a gentle thought experiment, a moment of entertainment for the light in your heart. So take a breath. Set aside everything you think you know, and let's wander together. There are many ways to understand reality, but today we'll look at two lenses, two metaphors. One is ceramic. The other is automatic. These aren't just ideas, they're entire worldviews shaped by centuries of culture, religion, and philosophy. Let's begin with the ceramic model, rooted deeply in the Western world. In this view, you arrive in this world the way a pot arrives from the hands of a potter. A divine force shapes you, molds you, creates you. As one creates a doll from clay, you are made, crafted, formed. And because you were made, you owe your existence to the Maker. You bow to the higher authority that sculpted you. You obey the rules of the workshop you were created in. This worldview naturally gives rise to institutions, religious, political, social, that reinforce the idea of hierarchy, order, and obedience. In the West, it's common for a child to ask, "How was I made?" A question that assumes a creator, a beginning, a moment of construction. But in the East, the story is different. The metaphor is not ceramic. It is automatic. Here you don't come into the world. You come out of it. Just as a seed emerges from the soil, a wave rises from the ocean, a cloud forms from the sky, you grow out of the universe naturally, effortlessly, automatically. A child in China is far more likely to ask, "How did I grow?" Not, "Who made me?" Not, "What shaped me?" But, "How did this unfold?" This worldview sees life not as a product but as a process. You are not a crafted object. You are a continuous expression of nature itself. And because you come from nature, you are not separate from it. You don't attempt to dominate it, control it, or beat it into submission. Instead, you seek harmony, balance, coexistence. In this worldview, the divine is not a ruler above you. It is the very fabric of existence. There is no one in charge, and no one beneath. Everything is interconnected, interdependent, interwoven. Two worldviews, two metaphors, two ways of understanding reality. Neither is right, neither is wrong. They simply reflect the cultures that birthed them. But here's the interesting part. If our perception of reality changes so dramatically, based on where we're born, what language we speak, what stories we inherit, then what is reality itself? Is it the ceramic model? The automatic model? Something else entirely? Or have we been so busy debating the idea of reality that we've forgotten to look at reality itself? Reality is constant. It doesn't shift when our beliefs shift. It doesn't change when our metaphors change. But our attention does. We spend so much time arguing about the container, the philosophy, the religion, the ideology, that we rarely taste the water inside. We debate how life should be understood, instead of noticing how life actually unfolds. We ask, "Who made me?" or "How did I grow?" But rarely, "What is this moment right now?" without any story attached? What is reality before we name it? Before we interpret it? Before we divide it into East and West, ceramic and automatic, self and other? Maybe the real question is not which worldview is correct. Maybe the real question is, Are we willing to see reality without a worldview at all? To look at life without the lens of culture, without the filter of belief, without the story we inherited? To see ourselves not as objects made by something, nor as processes emerging from something, but simply as awareness experiencing itself? Because when you strip away the metaphors, the philosophies, the inherited narratives, what remains is something simple, something immediate, something alive. Reality. Not the idea of it, not the explanation of it, but the direct experience of being here, right now. So perhaps the invitation is this. Instead of focusing on the concept of reality, can we focus on reality itself? Not the story, not the metaphor, not the belief, but the breath, the sensation, the presence, the awareness, because reality doesn't need you to understand it. It only needs you to notice it. And when you do, when you truly see without the filters, you may discover that the world is far more mysterious, far more interconnected, and far more alive than any philosophy could ever describe. Thank you for exploring this with me. Not to reach a conclusion, but to open a door. I'd love to hear your reflections. Which metaphor resonates with you? And more importantly, what does reality feel like when you stop trying to define it? Your perspective might be the spark someone else needs today.